Welcome back to the Tokened Up YouTube channel. Today we're going to do a character deep dive, and we're going to be looking at the Spot and how does he work. We've got a lot of competitions opening up here pretty quick, and you know he's going to be there somewhere. So if you're going to be there, this is one of those characters you just got to know. The Spot has a ton of flexibility and lots of potential for skill expression. But it's also way more complicated than a normal piece has any right to be. So let's break it down together and learn how to play the Spot. So the Spot comes with his own personal marker called the Spot's Spot. This marker is just an extension of the character. It's just a marker. That means it can't be destroyed, doesn't occupy a square. Essentially, the only one that actually interacts with the marker is the Spot himself. So what's this thing do? Well, it's got two features. The first is that opposing characters that are on it or next to it, the Spot considers them adjacent, so he can punch you through it. The next ability just lets the Spot and the marker switch places whenever the Spot starts a move. This is one of the few ways the Spot has to actually move and reposition the marker that doesn't cost him anything. So these two abilities combined gives the character a little bit more movement, because you can always switch places with the terrain marker before you start moving, and some additional attack options since you can punch around yourself just like normal, plus you can target people in or around the marker. So the Spot has a trait and two special powers that really set him apart from everybody else. The trait lets Spot create the marker up to 4 squares away at the start of the game. The other part of the trait gives a free action to make an either or kind of choice. On the one hand, you can replace the marker within 4 squares. Keep in mind this is the actual character's ability, so that means within 4 squares of himself. On the other hand, if you don't want to move the marker, you can place a terrain marker that's next to yours already and put it adjacent to the character. It really helps me to think of it as him pulling terrain through his marker back to himself. But keep in mind he can only do one or the other. It's an either or choice. And beyond just moving and replacing himself with the marker at the start of the move, this is the only other way he has to actually reposition the marker. The marker can't move on its own or do anything crazy like that. He's either using this ability or he's starting the move and the Spot is going back to where the character was. That's it. So the Spot has a special speed power the vast majority of the dial. We're only missing it on 2 different clicks here. And this speed power is called I Am Not a Joke. Gives him flurry and phasing / teleport. Plus, we get a free flurry, but we've got to attack someone that's next to our marker. That's a potential for 4 attacks on someone that's next to the marker, because remember, we can passively just punch through that marker for the cost of fury as well. And these 4 attacks for 1 action is a massive part of what makes the Spot so dangerous. But that's not the only thing that we get here. This special attack also lets us reposition the person that we hit. So on a hit, you get 2 choices. You can either place the target adjacent to the Spot himself, or we can place them next to a nearby terrain marker. This gives us a lot of kind of trickery. We can kidnap someone from across the map, or we can really just kind of shuffle around our opponent's pieces and mess with their positioning. Both of them are really good options, and it really just depends on the situation. But what you're going to see the most, especially on some of these plant teams that you might see coming up, is the Spot kind of running across the map, using another movement ability with sidestep or something like that to switch positions with the marker. So now the marker is in the middle of your team wherever the Spot ran to, and the Spot himself is all the way back in his starting zone. And then he's got these 4 attacks he can do through the marker. And if he hits any of them, he's able to kidnap you and bring you all the way across the map, back to the starting line. So this is where a lot of the skill expression of the character is manipulating where that marker is, and manipulating if we want to pull you across the map, or maybe we just want to kind of shuffle you around, throw you next to a terrain marker, really break apart your defensive structure if you're playing a team that needs to be tight together. Finally, we've got the special defense power, and we've got it for almost the whole dial. We're just missing on that last click there, but it's called Spot the Spot, and all it is combat reflexes and super senses, which puts us up to a 20 defense at close, plus a rollout. Not to mention we do have team players, so we could put that up at a 50-50 senses if we wanted to. And as a nice little kicker, if somebody misses the spot with an attack, we're going to deal them 2 damage back after resolutions. It's not penetrating or anything, so anyone with a reducer isn't going to feel that very much, but it is a really nice deterrent. And that's the whole character. So hopefully this video helps you, and by hearing me break it down and visually seeing it get broken down, it should help out a lot and get you to the point where you understand what's happening when this character is moving. So thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed, and good luck in these upcoming events.